Hey guys, it's Ollie here, Oliver. Essentially what I want to do today is show you all the equipment that I use and fly with every day out in Uniform Whiskey Bravo. So what I've done, we're here down at Wagga Wagga. As you can see, the Rex plane's in the background, in the hangar. On the left wing, I've laid out all the things that are kind of necessary for every flight that I go on. Bloody flies. And on the right wing, I've laid out all the things that are nice to haves or other things that I have in the aircraft every time I go fly. So, starting off, let's go over the left wing. First and foremost, more of a thing that we've taken from school, but I always carry it with me, is my little nav board. On that, I have the aircraft checklist, my sort of trip and fuel calculations, and any charts that I need as well. Also with that, I always carry a little notebook. So the notebook's great just for jotting down notes on, maybe I'll do a fuel calculation or frequencies and so on and so forth. Or if I need to remember a code when going in CTA, then I'll use that. Second, it's actually got the aeroplane keys on it, but my ASIC with the keys on there. So can't fly without the ASIC, and obviously hangs around my neck, so it's easy to remember that I've got the keys for the plane. Clean rags. Having clean rags in the aircraft is always great. I fuel up with jerry cans, so I'll put some jerry cans on the wing, and then underneath that I'll have the clean rags. So then the jerry cans actually sit on the rags on top of the wing. Probably my most critical ones, sunnies. I'm always wearing sunnies when I'm flying. These are some Pradas. They're like one of the only ones that I found that I liked that weren't Polaroid, and I've had 2 pairs of these already. They're really good, they're really light, and they bend. So when you've got your headset on, they'll bend around that and you don't have to wear them all funny like some people do. So sunnies, and also a little sunglasses cleaner, it's really handy. Then a headset. I've got the Bose A20s. They're probably the most common sort of upper market headset that you can get. I actually would recommend people buy, if you're learning to fly, get your headset as soon as you can. That will save you a lot of fumbles and trip ups when you're learning to fly, because it's hard enough to learn what people are saying, but if you can't hear them perfectly, then it can even make it even harder. Get yourself a pair of noise cancelling headset. I got the Bose and I love them. Then my iPad, I think it's the latest iPad. It's not the Pro, but it's good enough. I run Oz Runways pretty much everywhere I fly. Unlike when you're doing your PPL training, I'm not doing a manual flight plan every time I fly. Rather, I'll figure out where I want to go, plan it on Oz Runways on my iPad, like a couple nights before or the night before, put it all in, and then I'll jot down some headings that we're going to pick up every time I leave a different airport, and then take that heading. I use the iPad a lot. I need to get better at referring to it as a chart rather than sort of flight following and using it as a navigation aid, especially as I'm coming into my commercial flight test. Next is, I actually always carry my passport just for a piece of ID, and my license. This little baby here, it's got a little bit of toothpaste on it, which was in my bag at some stage. It's got my license and medical and my now feature endorsements in there. You can get this from the CASA website. I think it's like 20 bucks or something like that. Pretty reasonably priced. Looks good, holds everything. Little power bank. I got this when I was in China, but it works really well. It's got a flashlight on it as well, just for charging your phone and GoPros or anything like that inside the cockpit. Water. Always try and remember to take a bottle of water. Yeah, you get really thirsty when you're out there in the plane flying around, so get yourself some water. After that, a little 12 volt adapter to go on the plane, so to charge your phone, anything else. And with that, I've actually got this super long cord because I want to plug my iPad in or whatever device, and then I want to put it in the back. I don't want it in the way if it's just sitting there doing nothing. And then all of that goes in my bag. This is my trusty North Face bag. I've had it, I've traveled around the world with it, and I've lived out of it. I swear by it. It doesn't have any compartments or anything like that, but it's big enough to fit an overnight bit of luggage and all the other things that are taking the plane. Okay, let's head over to the right wing of things that are less necessary, but a little bit more fun. Okay, first of all, passenger headsets. I just bought these passenger headsets. I think they were like 250 or 300 bucks each, sort of the lowest end of the scale. They're the ones that I actually trained in really early on in the piece. Okay, if you've got a passenger just doing a half an hour flight, put them in the plane. Nice to have, nice to be able to have passengers. This is a new one, the Garmin D2 Air, which I'm actually wearing at the moment. As you can see, it's got like the local Wagga frequencies, local sunrise, sunset, altitude, just not very calibrated at the moment. And then all your physical stuff as well. I'm going to do a proper video on the actual D2 and what I've been liking and not liking about it, but that's a little nice to have that we've had in the plane recently. As well as that, I rock around with this funky little piece. This is my Videomaker GoPro setup. It's just got a light on the top, the GoPro Hero 8, and then a little microphone next to it. I am actually just having some problems with it at the moment, hence why I'm filming from my phone. So hopefully this video turns out not too bad. It's pretty quiet and not very windy at the moment, so the audio might turn out okay. But yeah, that's my normal setup, and I'm hoping to get it working again. It's just having some SD card formatting issues. Yeah, anyway, that's cool. So this one I get asked about a lot. This is the next piece in the nice to haves wing of the airplane. In-cockpit audio recorder. Essentially what it is just a little middle piece to the headphone jack. So I think that's the phone end, and this is a phone female. So what happens is you plug that into the plane, and then you plug your headset phone into there, and then this cord goes all the way down, and then it's just got a 3.5mm jack on the end, and I put my lightning adapter on there as well, which means I can plug it into my phone and record cockpit audio through whatever is being said through the microphone and ATC and anyone else on the channel. As well as that, you'll see I have the GoPros in the airplane. This little audio adapter is the thing that will let you record audio from your GoPro through the headphone jack assembly from N-Flight. I'll put a link to that under the video. And then that will help you record with your GoPro audio inside the cockpit. They're about 80 bucks. Anything GoPro, they fucking rip you off, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And then all of that camera kit and equipment goes in this little bag here. I normally fill this up, sort of check it off, and then have everything in there, and then chuck it in the back of the plane. Hopefully that's gives you a good overview of what I normally roll around with in Uniform Whiskey Bravo, and give you a bit of an idea about what you need to get if you are getting into flying. Again, I'll put a little list of the things that you actually need on the left-hand side, the essentials, and then stuff on the right. That's just fun shit that I like to play around with. Anyway, hope this has been a little bit of a help and you get something from understanding what is actually in the plane when I'm flying around. Cheers, safe flying, see you out there.